Yeah, coming off the last record. I'm getting 20 million off the record just to off these records, nigga, that's a record. I'm living like I'm out here on my last adventure. Past the present when you have to mention. This is nothing for the radio, but they still play it though. Cause it's that new Drizzy Drake, that's just the way it go. Heavy air play all day, with no chorus, we keep it thorough, nigga. Rap like this for all of my borough niggas. I reached the point where don't shit matter to me, nigga. I reached heights that Dwight Howard couldn't reach, nigga. Prince Hakeem, they throw flowers at my feet, nigga. I could go an hour on this beat, nigga. Yeah. I'm just as famous as my mentor, but that's still a boss, don't get sent for. Get hype on tracks and jump in front of a bullet you wasn't meant for. Cause y'all don't really wanna hear me vent more. Hot tempo, scary outcome. Here's a reason for niggas that's hating without one, that always let their mouth run. Bench players talking like starters, I hate it. Started from the bottom, now we here, nigga, we made it. Yeah, time for a Tuscan leather smelling like a brick. Degenerates, but even Ella love our shit. Rich enough that I don't have to tell them that I'm rich. Self-explanatory, you just here to spread the story. What's up? Sitting Gucci roll like they say up in UNLV. Young rebel, young money, nothing you could tell me. Paperwork taking too long, maybe they don't understand me. I compromise if I have to, I gotta stay with the family. Not even talking to Nikki, communication is breaking. I dropped the ball on some personal shit, I need to embrace it. I'm honest, I make mistakes, I'll be the second to admit it. Think that's why I need it in my life to check me when I'm tripping. On a mission trying to shift the culture. Tell me who dissing, I got some things that I hit the culprit. Them strep throat flows, some shit to stop all of the talking. All of the talking, got one reply for all of your comments. Fuck what you think, I'm too busy, that's why you leave a message. Born a perfectionist, guess that makes me a bit obsessive. That shit I heard from you lately really relieved some pressure. Like, AB, I got your CD, you get an E for effort. I piece letters together and get to talking reckless. I'll change like credentials, you know you see the necklace. My life's a completed checklist. I'm tired of hearing about who you checking for now. Just give it time, we'll see you still around a decade from now. That's real. How much time is this nigga spending on the intro? Lately I've been feeling like God Pierce, I'm a memento. I just set the bar, niggas fall under it like a limbo. The family, all that matters, I'm just out here with my kinfolk. Off everything my pen wrote, we went from Bundy to Winslow. This for shorty up on Glen Grove who love when I catch my tempo. I sip the pourer and listen to Capadonna. The Fresh Princess at dinner with Tatiana, no lie. All these 90s fantasies on my mind. The difference is that with mine, they all come true in due time. I might come through without security to check if you're fine. There's just me on my solo, like fuck it, like YOLO. Wanted to tell you, accept yourself. You don't have to prove shit to know and accept yourself. And if you end up
good morning, everybody.
Extra help, then I can help. You know, back on your feet and shit. Trying to get my karma up, fuck the guilty and greedy shit. How much time is this nigga spending on the intro? How this nigga working like he got a fucking twin though? Life is sounding crazy, 40 on Martin Scorsese, and I wouldn't change a thing if you pay me, man. Real nigga, what's up? Hey, yeah, hey. How much time is this nigga spending on the intro?
How do
I'll see you when you get there. Are you enjoying yourself?
good morning, chat? Yeah, I'll blow your accounts last night. Thing is live. We are good. All right, chat. Let's get into the day, man. Let's get into the day. Wow, we have like 71,000 online right now. That's a pretty high number. Yeah, pretty high number for basically like a newsless day. I guess he just had unemployment claims, orange folders that came out. I lied. It was something today. Orange folders, and then you got some USD flash. Flash manufacturing PMI, and then you got some flash services PMI 945, and then I think that is kind of it for the week. Yellow folders here, yeah, basically nothing for the week. So yeah, that's kind of what we got going on today. Just 9:45 then next. All right, so about in an hour and 10 minutes we'll have like another fold that comes out. And that should bring us some more volume. So what happened yesterday? Looks like yesterday you came down, right? For like early session. Slowly though, right? And then you came back into the range for a lower high. Printed more lower highs. Didn't break over highs. Broke the previous high that I made it within Asian, I think. Or late New York. During Asian. And then Asian does a 30-minute leg candle fill. So I think Divas was one on that. I think that's what we were talking about last night, right? There was a 30 leg candle here, so I think a couple of people caught this. Yeah, 320 pip leg candle that filled like almost immediately. A little slower to fill, but I think it still filled overall pretty nicely. And then yeah, made its way down towards the bottom of the range, and then kind of just hovering now. So yeah, it looks like you're sitting, where's my zoom tools, or it looks like you're just kind of sitting it looks like kind of just sitting around here off of what I'm looking at here, off of like the support zone. Some minor resistance here. There's a no bottom zone here. So like it looks like this is like some type of area that it bounced off of, and it's kind of holding 4,700. And if you're able to like push through 4680, like to re-break the lows today by any chance, then we're gonna make our way down towards like 4649. So then we can start looking for continuations on price below there, right? If you were to come back into the range. Thing is, we don't know, right? It can just kind of come up from here. You kind of already have a low. You retested Tuesday's low, didn't break it, but you came down to make a low. So this could be seen as a higher low now to make more higher highs, especially if you are able to break through here. And I think that's something I might look forward to. We can look for buys above here. Usually what I've noticed is that I think it will be different to take the buys above the yellow line if we were to be in a situation where we were like pulling back like this. If you pull back like this and then you come up, it's usually a little tougher to break through and actually push through that zone. So if we came down all the way down towards yesterday's lows and it didn't drive through, didn't break, the moment you re-break the previous highs, that should give you a little pop. It could give you a runner, but I'm assuming above like these ranges up here, above like 47.63, 47.68 up until like 47.97 perhaps, right? In that area could be something. So I think that's your heavy resistance, right? Yeah, that looks like that is going to be our zone actually. So let's go ahead and add that zone right here. All right, so that's like your next target area, next like area of decision. And then right now you're kind of just going off of the fact that you're bouncing off of this zone, these zones down here. Still a possibility, right, to fill the bottom of the range, but I think with the idea that we kind of, 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 came down towards this 4 zone, right? If you were to break 68, how much do you got to go there? You got, yeah, you still got a lot. It's like 310 pips to go until it breaks the high, but that can be just like one of the ideas we can get today, right? I think that's a much more like simple play. And then for like a much more complex play, or no, I wouldn't say complex, but much more, yeah, you know what? Complex play would be, well, I got none right now. I think that's the only idea I have right now. Maybe if you were to come up, let's say you come up towards the zones here, and you don't, we don't get in the buys, right? We don't get it on the buys, but then price decides to make its way back into the range here, like this. This can still be a fake out, right? Or a lower high, steeper top wick, even if it breaks the highs. Overall, like you're looking at this entire move down on like the 4-hour time frame, right? Or even the 1 hour here, if you zoom out, and you're kind of still shifting down from last Friday. Right? Kind of still shifting down from that area. And if you zoom out even more, you're shifting down from like the years though, right? So like lower highs could literally be formed like anywhere. You can break the previous small time from high and still come down, right? And that's what I'm kind of hoping we can get to. If we can get a pop-up that breaks like into 68, taps like 92 for instance, and then come back into the range, I mean, ideas if you were to come back into the range would be nice, because then you can look for just the fake outs, right? So if you were to like get a pop up here all the way up towards these areas, but then after that you kind of make your way back into the range like this, as it breaks back into the range, that's your continuation, like back down towards 4680, and then you can start looking for sells below that range, so like back into this area. All right, so that should be pretty straightforward. Yeah, but yeah, I think as the session goes on, we'll have more ideas, right? I think for sells too, like sells are below like 46.97. If you were to like make our way back below there, you're probably gonna want to see closures back into the ranges and stuff first. But once you get that, that can also be ideas for sells as the session goes on, right? But right now, just basing it off of what we have with this information that we had, like from Asian, right? I think Asian London to, I think, retest the lows on Tuesday during like late NY, right? NY's low didn't break through, especially if you could like create structure too. If you come up here and then you start creating bottom wicks on the way up, man, like above there should be pretty solid above these areas. All right, so yeah, that's kind of what we got going on to the chat. Just pay attention to perhaps like 47.62 above that area. Still kind of far away, 210 pips away. So yeah, the faster it does that, the better it'll be. It looks like we have some early volume too. Like you don't get these pushes out of the wazoo, right? Things like this need volume. So this is a 500 pip pop up already in the last 2 hours, hour and a half. All right, so now it's just another half of this. So that could be 1 candle, 2 candles, 3, 4. But I think that'll be next. All right, everybody. So I think it should be a pretty solid idea. Pretty solid idea, man. Any questions, chat? Any questions? Buyers though. All right, man. Two BTC. Maybe one day we'll do a BTC giveaway. Maybe when it gets a little lower. Broker that works in Egypt, I have no idea. You gotta search up broker in Egypt. And then you get something on your search probably. You probably find something. Gents, I'm on the wrong side of the 500 pip pop. Enter on a sell 46.90. You might be good stuff if you come back down. What's your stop? No pineapples? Yeah, y'all crushed the Asian session. I was like, damn, this could be my return of the Asian session right here. But I only started peeping it again like literally yesterday, so maybe in like some time we can actually come back to Asian. Or at least in Divas 01. What bias lean towards more? Top move to come down. Unless 92 breaks, then just continuation up. So like I'm expecting like this to kind of occur, a push up, and then the higher low is what's really gonna set it, either to make it like stronger continuation, or we're gonna see like fake out. So I think the next idea is like just continuations up. I would like to see. You want to sell at the 50 supply zone? Yeah, there's zones right here. You can probably mark up some areas here as like resistance, and then you can look. This move has no pullback, right? So yeah, this will also add on to ideas above here too, if you can get like a higher low before going up, especially for Mac. 46.90. You have no pineapples, right? Stops at 47.58 breaking a 1 hour downtrend. 46.58. Oh, 47.58. $47.58. Might be a little tricky, man. It's kind of in the middle of the range. Oh, I gotta update these zones here. I have 47.92, 46.97, 47.92. I'm tripping. 4792. No, that is there. That is there. 4792 and then 4762, 4762. Four six nine seven. That should be good. Higher low maybe form. Could we see price switch in direction for high time frames? Yeah, I think like you'll get a better answer for that above like 6.2. I think that's like an area, a much stronger zone to like break. So if you're able to break above 47.92, above there, like if you're able to on a smaller time frame to close above there should be like continuations. The thing is we don't know if it's gonna get there, right? We don't even know if it's gonna get to 6.2, but if it does get to 6.2, that's where I got my buy ideas at. Like buy stops probably above that area, or market exit. You have an advantage point that takes you up towards this fill here. And if you break here and stay above here, then you can probably make your way above 9.2 and above 9.2 continuation. Because I'm afraid that you can also still get a push up and then fake out back into the range, right? I don't think that will like matter for our buys though, because we're expecting that top wick to occur. This top wick was very weak over here on Wednesday at 2 a.m. during London, like kind of in the middle of nowhere. So I'm assuming that if you come up, it's gonna tap like actually the range fill of like 9.2 or at least close to 9.2, or at least breaking that high to get a top wick. Because all that really happens on a high time frame is you're gonna get a top wick, and then if you were to flip, then it's just like a top wick on the candle. Like nothing really changes out of that. You're kind of still following the downtrend from this move, right? The last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, year, right? If you zoom out the whole year, so it's just because if you look at the 4-hour time from here, especially this right here, you're gonna see like there's been like a couple of reactions here, right? You got like maybe like when you had this push down, right? You've had first pullbacks like right here, and then more higher highs almost every time, but like it's not really like driving up, right? I think that won't be an issue until maybe you close above these ranges here, above that area, above there. That's when like I think the higher time frame starts to become more bullish. But all of these higher highs, I guess also higher lows too on the way up, right? But you can see like there's a shift in structure lately, like lower highs here, could be lower highs here, right? Which could also, if you were to trace this, you might get a better visual of what it looks like. Right, you can see like over here, this is like when things start to slow down a little bit, and you're slowly like, it's still a little early to say because you won't really know until you actually start closing below these ranges like that. Once you close below these ranges, which is going to be to 4,500, that's when you're actually going to get the range fill, right, to the bottom of the range. But if you look at the higher time frame, this kind of gives you like an overall answer of what's happening, right? So this is the higher time frame in pink. It's just this. That's all that's happening. Maybe even this. Like, you see what I mean? It's like just lower highs, lower highs. This is a lower high, lower lows. So that's like your higher time frame. Might get a trade soon. Low-key feel like rejection just need a confirmation candle. Yeah, man. Do what you will. Do what you will. Fuck, I'm looking sore, man. I went to bed mad late last night. What's up, FVG? FGT? I call you FVG. No self-service? Probably because they got some next anti-self-service thing that cuts off your stuff. How far are you here? So let's see, we can even get an earlier ideas too, but I'm gonna need to see like higher lows, right? If you can get a higher low, well, that's a huge arrow. If you get like a higher low and then you come back up above the ranges, you can get earlier entries. It can be above like 47, 45 instead of like 47, 62. Because your idea here is just a top wick. You're thinking top wick. You're not thinking directional. You're thinking top wick, right? And then after a top wick, we'll find out. But next step is top wick. My game plan is just to wait. Wait to see if you get some more structure here or not before taking these buys up for the top wick. Yes, the direction like didn't even come, huh? Like we hopped off and then it slowly went down too, so I think everyone here, if you've been watching for at least a month, probably everyone expected some type of like correction of that move, right? For a 1-2 pop. Look at this candle here. Invisible candle, leg candle. Let's clean. Welcome to the O. I felt like my last name's too long. I had to just make it a little shorter. When do you know you're ready to trade a live account? I think you'll be ready to trade a live account when honestly you're born ready to trade a live account. You gotta start that shit like ASAP. Skip the demo phase. Skip the demo phase. Go straight to a live, even if it's like $50. Because if you don't trade a live and you just trade demo, you're missing 95% of the trading, which is waiting for accounts to close, like the patience part. So it's not about being ready to trade a live account. It's about being when should you increase your lots is going to be the question. When should you increase your balance? Because live should be from birth. All right? Because like think about it, like you can trade on demo and show like results on demo for like 3 months and be like, oh, I'm ready. But it's like you hop on live, it's like two different things. It's like you go on a live account, bro. It's like you'll feel it like the biggest difference, even if you're trading like a micro account, even if you're losing like only $1, you'll still feel that dollar. So it's a different emotional thing that you're not really grasping, you know? What entry sells? Yeah, I was thinking about that too. I think the difference for me here is maybe I think wick entry sells could be a little better above 7.4, maybe like 9.2 or something. I had a much more major zone here. $1K to $1 mil. Yeah, you didn't feel a thing. Ari, can I come in soon? Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, we have a minute left. You're right. So let's see if you get a little bottom wick or some. If not, I think it'll still be okay here. There's like a magnet here, just 6-2. Just question is, are we gonna get bottom wick? One second. Music is high. You guys hear the music? Wait, what? I thought I muted the music. I thought I muted the music on Discord or on everything. What are you guys hearing this from? Samples. Oh, should be fixed now. Oh, I'm talking to Discord. Discord, they said they were hearing it. They weren't supposed to be hearing it. No risk, no robbery. Chat, how many trades you gotta take this week? $200 trades this week? W discipline. Time for your coffee? Yeah, I'm waiting on it. I just poured the other half of the water in. Seven trades? But that's nothing compared to 200, man. I got paid out this week, so that account is done for. I'm trying to pass another evaluation to have a fresh account by next week or end of the week. I didn't know that. I didn't know if you get a payout, the account's done for. You turn 100 to 2.4 with 200 trades this week. Yeah. Just trail stops, man. Like, just trail stops if that's what you're gonna do, right? Maybe set like you deposit $100, so you're in profit. Set a trail stop to like maybe 2K or 1.5K, and then if you get below that balance, just withdraw it, and you got 1,500, and then refresh of $100 account again, and then to see if you can do it again, right? Because then it's no risk. You do it again, and then you find yourself a strategy. You know what I mean? But you can just trail stops and then keep doing that, because that's how we approach our trades too. Same exact way. And you just rinse and repeat it. Yeah. When you take a payout, whatever is left on your new draw, on whatever is left is your new drawdown. So I basically have like 200 pips of drawdown left, which is nothing. Like 200 pips of drawdown with the certain lot size, right? Because you can change that, right? I knew Dad's been taking payouts regularly for the last 6 months from one account. Sheesh. Me too. I know a guy like that too. Hey, DVS Discord coming this week. Or overseas Discord. What's up? I wanted to change it to Dawn, but they didn't let me change it to just Dawn, because straight Dawn just sounds hard, but yeah. My name's too short. Trades by Sai. He came a long way. I remember when he had like, I used to watch when he was like, I swear I was in a call with him before. I was in a call with him because there was like, I don't know if it was like some like, they're trying to put together like a marketing team. So there's me and a bunch of other like influencers in there, or trading influencers in there, and I think he was in there, or I might be, but yeah, I remember him. He came a long ass way. So Wicked. I'm in. Damn, bro, you just FOMO'd in out of nowhere. We're just having a regular convo. I'm in. You know when you're having a convo with someone in real life about trading, and they're like, "Yo, he's got in position like right in front of your face." I'm like, "What? We were just talking about being disciplined." I made 14 M's in one day. Do you think he is legit? No. I don't know, man. I'm not gonna pocket watch. I got my own leg candle to take here. Do you learn something from him? As long as you learn something from him, doesn't matter. You said nah. Well, then don't waste your energy there, man. That is a fact, man. Yeah, because a lot of times they also just give hope to like traders too, right? The traders, like some traders may not know or may not care, but it's still like put some perspectives in that trader, and then that trader could take off doing their own thing. So chat, who's your first mentor? Like your first ever trading mentor you came across? Doyle Exchange? You guys keep saying AJ. I don't know who AJ is. I know who Doyle is. I don't know who AJ is or AJ is. Mark Hutchinson? That sounds like, is that ICT? Control FX? I think I remember that guy. WWW. Don Vu. He's demo. Fuck demo. Fuck demo or live. Shit, man. I actually would never know if my mentors' accounts are like when I first started were ever real. I might not ever know, but it got me this far, you know what I mean? It got me pretty far. And sometimes it's not even like the trading concepts I get off of them. It's just like other things that they may say that puts it into perspective. My OG mentor selling courses and signals now. I'm selling courses and signals. What would that mean? Do you trade prop firms? No. No prop firms. Churmo, I never heard Churmo. Is that AJ's trading? Is that who you guys talking about in the chat? AJ's trading? It's AJ's trading? You guys talking about a different AJ? Trade a Pipathon while I trade a funded? Yeah, if the funded sponsors the Pipathon, yeah. I'll run the funded. His trading, he says size trading is wait for pullback, enter and lower the higher time frame. It's legit trading plan. Yeah, if it's like, I think a lot of them trade like price actions though, like purely just like price action. They might have like trend lines in here and there, but it's just mainly like price action stuff with like a mix of fibs. Do you know who Q Banks is? I swear side trades like similar to Q. Yeah, Q's one of my first courses. Steve Morrow beat the market maker. The OG. Yo, I swear he's the OG ICT. Steve Morrow. The OG. And then came ICT. And then came everything. Q, yeah. I remember. Fibs. That's how I learned how to use fibs. EMAs. I don't think he uses trend lines too much though. He just looks at like candle patterns. Are we gonna get a push here or what, man? You got a little pullback here, so that's good. It's good information because if you were to come up, then this is just like your higher lows, right? If you were to come back up to break above 47.50, back above there can just be your continuation straight up towards 6.2. 6.2. Or you can just come all the way back down. This could be your lower high. I think we'll have a better answer if it comes down and starts like creating lower highs, right? And then we'll have a better answer for that correction. Could also be the same thing that happened last night too. Once you pop back down. Wait, Cookie, you still hear it? What the? Okay, fuck it. I'll leave it on for. I'll leave it on. Some people don't want the music. Much love, bro. Thank you. Street credibility after 10 gifted. Man, you know how many people give 10 subs? How would I even know? Thank you, though. Fuck, I'm gonna get my coffee, chat. Hold on. $10,000 hours of watch time. Holy! So you've been watching since 2022. When did you start? So when did you start your channel? Selling down to 46.97. All right, man. Let's go. Let's go. Chat, when you guys get like negative like a pip or two, do you guys put draw? Like if you move stocks to BE and you get like negative 1 pip. Do you put it in your journal as break even, or do you put it in your journal as a loss? Under so much pressure you can't sleep? Man, that might be anxiety. BE? Cause I used to put BE, but then I'm like, man, it feels a little wrong though. So then I started putting it as losses. Even when I guess I think the last, like that -3 and -0, -0, I think 0 point something. But I think I even put those as losses now. But then we also put like 0.01 as wins too, right? So it kind of evens out. Man, we used to only catch like 10 pips. Y'all remember those days? 2022, look at these 10 pips, 15 pips, 20. Actually, these are some runners here too. We went crazy in March. GJ, this is when we were trading GJ still. GJ. 0.66. Whatever to make yourself not tilt. True. I think to me it's maybe because like my thought process behind it, maybe because like win rate may not matter too much anymore. Cause like you're still taking your same trades, right? That you'd be waiting for, but like I guess like I'm less dependent on looking at this number now. I'm more dependent on looking at this number. Cause this doesn't matter. It's this that matters. The account growth, the account percentage gains, right? Like these other numbers don't really matter too much. I only started doing that maybe like the last 6 months. We ever go back to GJ, or it's just not meant to be. Maybe one day, but I think gold is gonna be the pair for a while. Ezekiel, what's up? Maybe US 30 in the future or something. US 30 could be doable. I think more doable than GJ for me. All right. So we're just waiting for this to kind of break out here. All right. Just I know we haven't really been breaking down gold, but it's been in this range for the last since you hopped on basically. So yeah, you got a little pullback here. So we're just trying to figure out now if we're gonna get more continuation down. Like we'll see the candles make its way down then. If it does, then below 97 gets interesting. But if you continue to hold, or maybe even make your steer bottom wick and then come back up, ideas could be above these areas. From where we are right now, if you were to come up with this bottom wick, then I'll look more so for 6.2. Or maybe 5.3. Above 5.3. Should be pretty clean traffic. I think you have a nice advantage point there too. 36 pips, BEs, and then TPs at like 6.1. It's not bad. $2023. What was 2023 strategy like range 1, range 2? Range 1, range 2. I think 2023 is kind of similar to how we trade now. Like range 1, range 2 breakouts still, I think. More so breakouts. But range 2 against the trend. And then you take your wick entries. Range 1, 30-minute flips or 4-hour flip. Yeah, the flip of the candles, I remember that. Chat, you guys bored of looking at a 2.3K account yet? Yo, Jayla, I know exactly how your MT5 looks like without even like looking at it. Your shit probably looks like your account probably looks like this, but on the minute time frame. Can't even see the counts no more. Count gone. Straight positions. You know what? Maybe you're a hyper scalper, so no one said yes. No one's bored of the 1K account. What do you win? You in the buys or you're in the shorts? Show me the real devil. What's the goal? There's really no goal with the account. I just would trade it as if I would trade like any other account. What's the analysis? Don, what are we looking for? We're looking for continuation, so we're looking to see if price is gonna continue here, and we'll find out above 5.3. Once you break above 5.3, above there, we're gonna start hunting for the ideas to go up towards 6.2, and then we could eventually take positions, but that's kind of what's like we kind of just been seeing this range for the last bit, right? So now that we're breaking highs here, I wonder if we can get this spot. So yeah, above like 5.3 up towards 6.2 is what we're looking for. Let me just get my coffee. Account 1K. Yeah, the account started at 1K, and then we've just been making like withdrawals since. Without withdrawals, the account I think should be sitting at 3K right now. We started last year, so basically like around 200% in a year. So according to that math, 200% next year is gonna be what is that gonna be? 300. That'll be 6. What withdrawals? Maybe 5 by next year. Is this a push? What is this? Small minor push. Okay, okay. No, I'm my bad. I didn't make 3K with, we made 2K in profit. We made 2K in profit. 3K total balance. So how many years until that hits a milli? Man, I can't wait for the day we hit the milli on stream. It's gonna be like, damn, I was there when the account was at 2,378. We finna be like, that's like what, at least 9 years? 9 years. I'm gonna be like maybe 25, 35. This decade. It would be, we're gonna be like 34, 35, something like that. Can I mute the music? Yeah, we hit it with the other account in 23 November. That took a year and a half. If you average a growth in less than 13 years, you have over 1 million in that account. 13 years, I will be $39. 9:45. Thanks for the reminder. I forgot about that. 9:45 right here. Flash versus PMI. So yeah, numbers coming out. Let's say it came out positive, right? So if numbers came out positive for the dollar, then I mean it's a very weak fall there, right? But if it came out positive, then gold should go down, realistically. Yeah, it's 200%, right? It could be less too some years. Because this year, I think we started off a lot slower than last year. But then again, last year I was also risking a lot more. Because we were using fixed lots If we were using fixed lots since we came back on stream here, like just using 0.14s, the drawdown will be a lot more. But I think in the last month since we came back, we've done 10.56%. So yeah, that's pretty much average, 10% a month. But I think fixed lots, that number would probably be like, that number would probably be at least 20 plus, 20, 30 plus. Using this 2K account actually helps you so much off of heat, I bet, with decision. How you know I'm not copying it over though, you know what I mean? Because it's the same decision I'll have to make on all the accounts. So I think that's the same, like the decision part. Hey, can we get some volume? God damn. You gotta push like at least 170 more pips there. Right? This thing is like slowly moving down, but also just slowly, maybe it might pick up here, but slowly moving up so far. When you use a copy trade, does it make the same lot size on our accounts too? No, it's the same percentage risk though across accounts. So there's a setting where you can actually put like adjust lots by percentage or by ratio. So if you want to risk like the same risk on this account, on the next account, just put a 1, right? Copies 1 to 1. If you want to risk like maybe a little less on that account, put a 0.7, 0.5. If you want to risk more, then you put a 2, it'll double the risk up. So you could pick what you want to risk in each account. You can also use a fixed lot on a certain account if you want to. So it's good for that. Can we take a buy at around 5.2 and have a target around 5.8? Yeah, I think my ideas are like around there too. Yeah, 5.3 to 6.2 though. I have 6.2, but we'll just be trailing stops and profit probably. Chat, for those that missed the analysis from the morning, in case this does decide to come up above 5.3 here, basically we're looking for just a top wick on price here to continue down. And we like the down part is still, it's based on what if the market wants to come down afterwards, but the next step is like a top wick for this area that failed to create one on Wednesday this week during London, right? So I believe you need a steeper wick if you were to come down overall, right? You can obviously come up, break, come back down, and then still come up. This is still higher lows, higher lows, higher lows to be printed as well. Right, but we'll be looking for a top wick for the previous high, right? If price were to come down below, I think 646.97, below there, we'll look for our sells. So if you get like lower highs and you make your way down below here, we'll look for sells below there. But we're still kind of far from the sell ideas. Or maybe also if you can get like if you can get the top wick over with, and then maybe if you could then start closing back below these ranges like this. Then below these ranges could be continuations down. To fill the range, we can look for sells maybe from 47.40 down towards 47.21, right? This range fill here. But you need a top wick first, right? It doesn't have to tap 9.2, but just breaking these highs would be ideal. So our buys are just more so anticipating that we're gonna get that top wick up here, right? As you break above these small attachment structure zones, which I don't think this is gonna be that strong of an area here. Now that I'm looking at it, this is like your invisible candle. So you can kind of draw that there. Like above here could just be like clean traffic. How much is that? 40 pips. Can we get a 4.9 then? 5.149. So I have a 5.3. It's the same area basically. It could get a little earlier. We could get a 4.9. And then this could be a much better advantage point before we come towards these advantage points up here. Same buys we took, I lied. Not the same buys, but the same positions we took yesterday or on Tuesday. Same areas. Are you waiting for a breakout? Yeah, above. We want to see this breakout, this range here, above these areas, at least above there. You see this little room we also have above here too. So you can still break these highs and still shift back below, right? So it's like a little, it's like more so above like this structural break here where we'll be looking for the buys for 6.2. Can we get a wick entry buy? First pop down, you'll get a pop down towards 706, 706. What is this? 4-hour candle. Daily, not re-breaking the lows. 4 hours still will be in the range. So what are the chances that we actually break out this range today? If you were to come down. Because there's a high chance if you come down towards this area and you start fluttering, like just ranging, then wick entry buys could be valid because for us to go back up again, you need structure. So question, like, because you can't get the wick entry buys at like 47.06, 47.05 if this is already enough of a liquidity of a top wick, right? So we're just like peeling the layer back. So basically, like we went from Looking for top wicks up towards 6.2 in case you were to rip down. No guarantee of the rip down part, but in case, that'll be enough because you're breaking the previous highs, right? Now, what if you come down first for a steeper bottom wick? Could that be part of the push before you come up for a steeper top wick, right? Or a lower high? So I think this is gonna be important though. Right here, the highs you just made. If we start seeing that there's like some nice structure coming down, like you start pushing, popping, pulling back, holding, more lower highs on the way down to make lower lows, then the wick entry buys are gonna be invalid because then you're making too much structure, and there's a high chance this can just get corrected. Right, this entire range coming down towards here still. So yeah, any sign of that structure is gonna be a little tough. And it looks like you might have something if you do come down from here, right? Some small lower highs here. So that can be a correction of that push. Medium roast, man. I think dark roast too bitter. If I'm gonna drink it like black, I'm gonna drink it medium. Get the hammer out. I need 46.90. Hey, you get a 46.90. We might be in that position together. No worries, bro. Shrimponomics. Shrimponomics. That's a crazy name. It is possible to be this patient. Yes, of course it is. I really wanted to come on stream again to show just like I know some people might get bored of it because it's like, we take like 3 trades a week, right? Like on average. Could pick up to a point where we take 5, right? But it's like I need to show like the experience of like what it takes sometimes. Instead of always just like trying to be in the hunt for positions all the time. You need to trade ASAP? All right, let me give you one. Let's see. What can I cook up here? All right, wait for this bottom wick. Once that 1 minute reflex bullish, take your buys back up to fill this range right here for 28 pips. But wait for this to break the lows first. All right, there's a breakout low. So if that minute flips bullish, that's your buy. If it doesn't flip bullish, then we'll come back to a different idea for you. In profits now? Nice. You see a midpoint and head and shoulders right in the middle of the FEG? Combining head and shoulders of FVG. That's like 2 different eras. That's like sampling right there. You're sampling like 2020 with like head and shoulders. How old is that? Like probably like 1980 or something. This is a pretty strong push down. Like you see this like range here, chat. Slow move up and then strong push down, right? But it's still the first push. So if you get another wave of that move, I'm assuming then you'll be making your way down below to like 97 zones then, right? Because you're already kind of breaking into the structure zone right here. So this can also fake back into that range too. And if it does do that, below 97 gets crazy. Below there can be, I think, a continuation sells, right? And directional sells. So Spaceman, I said gold is for sale. So then why did you say maybe possible to long when it pulled back a little bit? And then 100% sell market. I said gold is for sell. Let me guess. If this kind of were to come back up, you're thinking about buys now, right? Bro, I wish they had this. I wish they always had chat history. I think before we never had chat history. We just had the chat. Hey, I think you got your 28 pips. It was after this, right? 28 pips. Yo, Bossman CEO, I need a cut. Look, you have a top wick now. So let's see, can you come back to rebreak the lows? Or is this gonna be a correction? All right, remember, this was only the first move down today. So it's like the very minimal information is being formed on that first move down. Now with the pullback, it's like, okay, cool. Is this now gonna correct it? If it does, then this whole move down is gonna be higher lows overall to come back up. If it flips bearish, then lower highs, or initial highs, lower highs, and more lower highs, and then you continue down, right? But you don't need to get on this push, on the first push down. Sometimes that's just like confirmation for volume and a little bit of structure starting to form. 30 close leg candle here. I didn't see that. 1 hour close, weak bearish. 30-minute close, leg candle. Interesting. You have a leg candle body reaction. So if you could now, it's funny, we moved it today from 6.2 to 5.3 to 4.9. But if you come down for a steeper bottom wick, let's say to 4.707, 4.704, you know what? Maybe a little higher, like around here, minimum. If you come down again, and then you come back up to re-break the highs, above there could be your buys now, because like that's like the third time you're coming down. If this were to be a lower high that you just want to come down, it should go down. There's no reason that's why it should come up again. But if it does come back up again, that's your 30-minute leg candle fill, which I think would be 120 pips, and you can get an earlier ideas on the buys. So instead of like 4.9 up, you can get above 27 up towards like 35. Right? That's your leg candle fill. But you do want to see this break the lows first. The same way we kind of treated that minute count earlier, like where we wanted to see it break the lows first because it should drive down. But if it doesn't, the re-break of the highs, that's like your continuation. So similar play on the minute just then. But now we're going to look at that from the 1 hour perspective. Same type of movement though. Because you're just getting this, right? If you get a bottom wick, then a pushback, it's just a fake out on a small time frame. For the receipts, well, I'm just trying to get Try and get them disciplined. Damn, Panzo, you took the position. Soon, chat, soon. We're close. We're close. Like, we're not too far away from ideas. Volume just only came in at like, I think 9:55, so. Your cookie. You want, why you want to know? The markets are ass today. Might be ass to you. Another man's trash is another man's treasure. Let's see. Can you break the lows there? What's the setup done? Just waiting for these final things to form here, but above 49 ideas. Above 29 could be ideas too if you were to come down towards like 47.10 first, 47.07 first. If not, then above 49 is the ideas for buys. And then sells below 97, 47.91 or 46.97, 46.91, around that area. But I think right now in this area, I don't have enough information to do much on. So I was waiting for more information. Chat, if you guys are enjoying the stream, hit the like button, man. Almost at 126,000 subs. So we started a month ago here at 123.6. So we're almost at 126. W bit me some. Are you bullish buys today? It's kind of like bullish to go bearish. Bullish to go bearish. So like top would go down. Hey, you have a small 5 leg candle right here. I took a trade today at 46.88 sell position. 46.88 sell position. When price closed below 46.97 support, to go to target 46.60, 46.40. What confluence did I miss? So you got into trades basically. Oh, finally, they actually add symbols now, long and short. You got into a sell at 68. And then what did you do? You're looking at target 40. Nothing. I think this can still play out. I think if you come below 4,700 and you create structure below, I think you gotta survive one more scary part. If this were to come down, the next thing is just to hold. If you can hold, this should still be okay. Because you look at the 4, the daily, it's still clean traffic on the way down towards there, right? I think the top wick. In terms of drawdown, like maybe what you could have done to avoid a drawdown, or what you could have spotted for to avoid a drawdown. What time to enter, on this one or this one? Because if you enter on this one, that's I think just deeper top wicks. If you entered here at 1, then wait, I'm tripping. You entered at 88. You entered at 6 a.m. 6 a.m. Yeah, I think it's the top, just maybe not paying attention to the top wick. Because I guess like my analysis today was like, when I came on, was you need top wicks here because Wednesday it was kind of the middle of nowhere, right? The top of the range is like likely here. So I wanted to get buys to get a top wick before coming down. All right, so I don't know where your stops are, but there's a chance you can still survive it. Especially because like there's no guarantee of a top wick too, right? We might not even come up today for a top wick. This might be enough of like a lower high right here. But I think the only way to tell that is if you were to like get a correction and then you get a lower high and then a re-break, because then that's enough structure to take you down now. So initially though, with this entry, maybe just pay attention to like the higher time from top wick areas that you may need liquidity, because I wouldn't say this is like structure, right? It's like small lower highs, but I don't think it's liquidity. But if you get enough of them, like if you keep getting like these small lower highs, they eventually add up, and it's like, okay, why aren't you coming down, or why aren't you coming up every time you make a lower high? It's like at that point, you eventually it will become a lot more bearish. But I think you need like at least 1 or 2 more of these lower highs to confirm that. So that's why like if you come down below to 4,700 and you can pull back and hold after that, that last pullback is your scariest part probably that you're gonna have to wait for. Once you clear that, you should be good. Because your target's not bad. Like 44, like that's just like the leg candle fills on the daily right here, or on the 4-hour time frame right here, right? You have this leg candle here, so you can take advantage of this before trailing it down towards here. It's a good trade. Just got some drawdown. Oh, your stops were oh, you're already out. Yeah, stops are because like look, think about it for a second, right? Like if you're gonna target a higher time frame, like 40, that's like off of the 4 hour time frame. That's like off of this range here, right? This is the 4 hour time frame I'm looking at here. So if you're gonna target a 4 hour stop or a 4 hour TP, I'll use a 4 hour stop. Minimum this, and that's like the bare minimum. I think ideally above here. Because above there, you're bullish. Above there, if you were to come up above there, at that point, you're going to turn bullish. Right? Because look how much your target is. It would be different if you were targeting like maybe like a smaller bottom wick area. Because you did get 40 pips there, 30 pips there. I think that's BE if you took on a small time frame. I'm shorting this as soon as it hits 47.40 over a top wick. How far are you here? You are 140 and then 100, 210. Yes, more lower highs here, guys. Some more information. Start paying attention to the way it comes down too, right? You see how like it kind of took like forever to come up. If you had a 1-2 correction of that, that's a lot more dominant. And I think this is your second lower high now too. So if you had lower high here, and this is another lower high, that's 3. That's a lot more than 1. A lot more security. One week to the month ends. Wait, the 31st is no 29 is FOMC. The 30th is the last day of the month, so Thursday, and Friday is a new day. Friday is May the 1st. Come on, gold. Sup, Silver Real? I mean, there was kind of already like a 500 pip move in the morning, right? Like that's quite a bit. So I guess like this is like your break period before it picks up, and you finish moving at 8. So sometimes like a 2.5 hour break period. So it could be high chance 11, 12, 1 type of day. So if we get ideas for chat, it's gonna be the above 49, right? I'm assuming it might be a little lower too, because you want this to clear. So if you can get candles that push above these highs here, pull back, you'll look something like this. Once you re-break the high, that's your buy stop or market X to go up towards 43 or 47.53. So that's what we're gonna look for. So it's not like the first break of these highs, right? Let that break the highs first, because you can also still get like a pop up and then a fake out, right? For a steeper bottom wick, which could still come up, but it will be a steeper bottom wick than if you were to break that low. Bro's waiting for a perfect opportunity. All right, man. True, true. Hopefully no sniper drawdown today, right? What are my lots and stops though is the real question right now. So if you get above 49, let's see, at what point will this become like absolutely no longer valid? So top wick up towards 60, right? So you can target 60 still, but wow, stops are pretty good here, man. You can probably look to use like 49.59. Could be a 1500 pip stop. So lot size could be maybe 0.6 lot for me. 0.06 lot. Let me just change that for now, just in case. Am I in? No, we want to see above 49. So this exact movement is what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for price to go up. And then exactly what I want to see after that is I want to see a bottom wick. Right? So you might not see it on the hour, but you see it in the minute. A bottom wick, and then the second re-break. So once you re-break the high again, that would be my buy. I let the bottom wick play out because you can get a top wick and still come down. So that's the reasons to why we want to see that come down for a bottom wick before making its way up for the buys. And then this overall move here, the overall move as to why we're looking for buys above that area is we're expecting to create a top wick in order for price to continue down still, because this is still bearish. And if it doesn't continue down, then what you'll get is you get pullbacks and then you get holds. It's the same concept on the minute. You'll get holds, higher lows, and then you'll get continuations. And then at that point, you're straight bullish. So that's when I'm looking for buys above like 6.2 and all of that for the other direction. So that is exactly what we're basing the trade off of right there. Hold on 1 minute, chat. We got a 5-layer around 47.40. This one? Yep, that one. 29 pips. Very nice, very nice. Dirty closed weak bullish here. Might get a steeper bottom wick here. If you guys steer a bottom wick here, chat, we can move the ideas above 36. But you want to see the bottom wick to break below 47.16 first then, right? Because then we can then move the buy ideas a little lower than 49. Could be above here. And that's your continuation. Chat, can we get to 100 likes? 40 more likes. If you guys are enjoying the stream, hit the like button. 100 likes is the goal. Just kind of waiting here though. Not much I can really do. Which broker are you using? Blueberry Markets. Blueberry Markets. Sabreem. Yeah, we've been back for a month now. About a month now. Did anyone trade this morning's push at 8 a.m. 7-8? I guess I didn't realize how much you moved. 500 pips. Revenge. Just gonna finish what I started. Ain't no giving up. What is this, Penzo? Holy. I look like a Flight Reacts. Thank you, very appreciate you, man. Is that an NFT? No NFT. Gold, man, please. You know what's worse when you don't get enough sleep? And then gold doesn't really do anything to boost your energy. It's kind of just sitting there in the range. That's what it feels like today, man. You finished sleep? So wait, why couldn't you sleep last night? You said you actually didn't sleep. What's up, Jay? Thank you, man. Appreciate you. $65 pips. Could it be? Penzo is the GOAT. You got a project? What project? $80 likes. Yo, 20 more likes. Chat, let's get it. 20 more likes and maybe we'll get a trade here. 20 more minutes until 11 a.m. too. Maybe we'll get 20 bips. 20, 20, 20. Someone explain the plan. 2 plans. Wait for price to re-break above 45. Pull back towards 38. Re-break above 45. That'll be the buys. Second plan. That exact motion too, okay? And then next thing is if price were to come down below 15, break that low, should drive down, which means that there's no reason to come up. So if it were to come up above 31, that could be your buy. Third idea, sells below 46.91 zones. Sells below 46.18, fourth idea, if you get a top wick at 47.45 or 47.49, and then you come down. So those are 4 different ideas that price hasn't really given us at all yet today. So that's the plan. Rick James. Carl Jerome. Yo, he's no longer in office, man. It's not Jerome no more. It's Welsh or Walsh. I don't even know. I don't know I can't even pronounce his name. You're in a short though? I didn't see that part. You're in a short. What about sells at the 15-minute order block at 47.47? You know, I don't have wick entry ideas there for sells. because I don't know if that's gonna be an area of rejection, since you came very close to it at 44 already. So if you re-break the highs, you can get a pop a little higher. I think 6.2 might be a little steeper of a zone, so that could actually 6.2 is a re-break of the previous highs. I think you're looking at 92. Like if you were asking me when do I look for wick entry sells, I think I'll wait for like 92 at least. That's a lot further away. Unless you get directional sells, which is like if you were to come back down, create lower highs and all of that, then eventually below 97 could be those wick entry sells. But 47, I'm not too sure. I don't have much going on there. That's an aura block though, and the 15 is 47. Yeah, no topics on him. All right, we actually have buys there. Once you break these highs and pull back. So that's the thing. Once it breaks these highs at 43, it can pop up towards anywhere before pulling back. So check, you might see a 49, you might see a 5.3, you might see only a 47. But once you pull back and then re-break is the idea. Because you don't want to be part of the first breakout on this 5.15, because it can still be a fake out, right? You can kind of come up and still do all of this. Oh, May 15. Yo, gold moves so late nowadays that we start peaking in viewers at like 11, 12. Hopefully the cycle ends soon, because it's not, I mean, it's not that fun of a cycle, but like I would prefer 9:30 prime time, 9:30, 10. Nothing's popping, man. Literally nothing. You should go back to bed. Hopefully this cycle end before May. I hope so, man. I hope it ends today. April's been late sessions. Here we go. 1040. What time did you move yesterday at? Yesterday we moved at a lot earlier, right? I think yesterday we moved. Yes, you didn't move. I lied. You did not move yesterday until like 10:25. You had a glimpse of volume. 10:30. Not bad. 100 pips on that pop. What's up, Eddie? You didn't miss anything, man. You just saved 2 hours of your time. I think once 47.23 is break in, 15 minutes, it will continue to push down. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see if I open up chat over here, is it gonna pop? That shit scared the shit out of me. Okay. Got some volume here, guys. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? It looks like it's something happening. Starting to glitch here a little bit. Spreads are still a little wide, but maybe on the second wave of this move up after the first pullback, it can get a little tighten up and then we can get a pop. Just wait for the first break and then we'll find out more answers as the candles push. I think 4 flips again too. Or again? Or the first time? I think that's the first time, right? You popped up. I lied. 9:30 came up, flipped already, made a high. And then, yeah, second time you're re-breaking highs on the 4. So let that break, pull back, re-break, and your idea is a top wick to go down. So we can target like 6.2 for all we want. We have range till then, and then just trail on the way up. Just be aware of like 49 zones, 48, 5-6 zones, 5-3 zones. And I think above there should be straight. Oh wait, if we get the re-break, let's put something else too, just in case. Which rebreak is it again? Is it gonna be, no, it's gonna be 43 rebreak. You want the break you want to see first. So still 90 pips away from there, which means that this is gonna be a little higher. So we'll put something around here. Could be top wick zones, maybe a little lower right there to match with that one wick right here. This one. Put that across. Let this break. And then you'll see if it's going to be a fake or not once it pulls back, right? That's the whole idea of waiting for that pullback. If it's a fake out, you'll see it come down. If it's not, the rebreak, and that should give you a pop to create a 1 hour top wick for into 6-2 zones. And then from there, higher time frames will start to take over. You caught 30 earlier. Yeah, then just ranged afterwards. That's gotta be the coldest feeling. You get in and get out, and then things just start ranging. You're like, hey, 5 more likes to 100. Can we get 100, chat? 5 more likes. Also, sub to the channel if you want to get notifications for when I go live. We're live every day, Monday to Friday. Every weekday. Every weekday watching Paint Dry. Are we going for a long soon? Just gotta wait for a couple more things here. Soon. God damn. Should we be looking at the point 740, 743? Yeah, you want to see that break first, like, because I don't know if it's gonna break, right? We don't have any confirmation showing that's gonna break. So you're looking for a way to confirm that that low at 18 is correct of a low. So that's break that high, pull back, second re-break would be a much better idea, because then that's your pullback. Because 43 is still a zone, right? So it can come up towards that area and then come right back into the range. And you can even treat this as like a leg candle coming down then, right? You can easily just do this. See, so very key, like break, re-break in order to get ideas. Otherwise, you're leaving yourself open for a fake out. You're leaving a door wide open for that idea. But it's not, I don't think it's just gonna reject her. I think if it comes up towards the area, it's gonna push. It's gonna make a high. The same thing we're expecting on the higher time frame. Does that make sense? Like if we are expecting a high to be created on, like, let's say the 4-hour time frame before making your way down overall on the higher time frame, like that, right? We're not expecting rejecting here. We're expecting a pop up towards like 92 or something first, and then you can get your push down on the higher time frame. It's the same concept will apply on this too. It's like if you were to come up towards the high, especially the third time or second time, there's a higher probable chance that you could probably break it. And then if it were to come down, it would be good to come down after that. But for it to be a resistance, I think at one point, yes, but you already rejected it once, right? So third time coming up, it's just a much higher probable, not a guarantee, but higher probable chance. So you gotta put that into perspective as well. Feel the way, feel the way. Yeah, y'all having a guru battle in this chat? Who won? She got cookie. If fake breakout happened at 743, is there liquidity for the opening of NYC? If it's a fake out, the thing is, you can come up, come back into the range and still come up, right? So like sells after only a top wick at 46 may not be the most optimal idea. If you were to come up towards like 5.3 or 6.2 and then come back and then create a little bit of structure, I think this would be a lot more better to take for the sells. But I think even if it were to do this, I think it's still a little early for sells below here. I'll wait for, if it only taps 46 and comes down, I'll still wait for below 97. Unless you make some structure. Then maybe below here could be ideas. Below like 04, 97. Right? Like how it creates structure, how it gets there matters more than the actual getting there part. I bought support today, 46.91. Was trailing stop loss and profits. Eventually it took me out at 705. Nice. 140 pips. 4705. Very nice, very nice. And that was at like 7:30, right? 10 a.m. 30 leg candle. 10 a.m. 10 a.m. 30. This one, yeah, you can treat it like one. Yeah, I think this is a leg candle here. Body reaction just now. Holy, 2 days in a row, chat. Just range. 11:05 here though, so we're gonna start placing a session stop loss like shortly. Which one? A couple. I think yeah, I have. Spreads got a little tighter. Could start getting glitches here. This could be a 1-2 pop on like the minute of like this range here. This is a 60 pip range though. It's not bad. Let's see if you can get the correction of this. I think if we don't get a steeper wick there, earlier we mentioned something about a leg candle, right? Or what am I saying? A wick entry. If it's not a steeper wick at 46 here and it comes down now without much structure, it's like one constant pop down. We can look for something around like 4702, 4705 zones for like a first initial reaction off of that support zone. So potential wick entry buys. But you're gonna have to fall straight down here. Then you get angry. Shit, man. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. Don't take the position. Whenever you enter in though, whenever it prints what what we envisioned. Y'all remember this award? Who remembers that? Who was here for that? Do not be impatient. I don't think anyone remembers that, man. That was like 2023. 2023. I think Christmas. Same stops and lot size. Yeah, I think, or for which the wick entry buys or the wick entry buys. I think we can be a bit probably a little lower instead of 95, 45, 95, maybe like 45, 46. So 1500 pips though. Don, I think it respect the FVG at 38, 43 of 15. If it respects it, then you'll see it hold it, right? You don't remember? With that, I don't know if did I unbox on stream? I swear I did. It was Elvis's gift. You got me a Forex trading award. Got us one. We. Yo, gold, bro. Chat, this is it. If you don't move in the next maybe 8 minutes here, I'm gonna call it a day. All right, I'm not gonna. We can't be sitting here all day. But if we don't like break out this range in the next 15 minutes or next 8 minutes, GG's. If we do, then volume. All right. Thing keeps going up and down, up and down, up and down. We're now in the stage of printing ranges within ranges. Within ranges, within ranges. I think 4 minutes left. I don't know if we're gonna break out here, guys. But maybe we can also have a session stop loss place too. Doesn't end till 5 p.m. True. Very true. Peace out, FVG. For some reason, when you hop off is when it decides to move all the time, man. Damn. Here we go. Could this be volume? I think I heard us before 1120 here. So you might break out 37 here. So remember, chat, second re-break, not the first re-break. Exactly as we envisioned earlier. Nothing extra, nothing more, nothing less. If it doesn't form exactly like that, no idea for the continuation buys above. All right, some volume here. So let it break the highs first, right? You want to see it break above 43. Break 43, pull back to like 38 would be nice, and then the re-break of that. And when it breaks, you might get a drive too. So you might even see like 46 get tapped, 47. It doesn't matter where the drive is, because we have targets of 62 if this were to be a continuation. It's just wait for the pullback. That's going to be your most important move. So don't worry about the pips, like how much you're moving. Worry about like what's supposed to happen next. And then that's what you want to align. Not like, oh, we drove 100 pips here. It's irrelevant. Like, what is there to happen next, right? And that's your bottom wick after breaking a high to avoid any fake outs that occur here. And this is all off of the 4-hour time frame, right? Going back to the higher time frame idea, it's just the 4-hour time frame that we're taking here. Not the 4-hour flip, but the idea of that you need a top wick at 6.2. So that's the main focus. So you didn't break the highs there. You were like 19 pips away. Let that break. And I think stops, just to go over it again, stops are 45.95. Yeah. So like 45.95, which means that we can probably use a 0.06 lot. Right? That's why I'm going to use 0.06 lot. On this account size. Still no break at the highs, right? You got a pullback though, but still no break at the highs. I think this could be valid at 39 if we were to come down below 16, because then you can move the buy zone further down, right? We started off looking for buys above 6.2 today, and 5.3, 4.8, 4.6 because of these higher lows that I was making throughout the day and structure. Hey, 117 likes. Thank you, chat. How many shares online right now? 30,000 shares. Damn, everyone gave up already? So can it be? Can it be? Xin chào. Xin chào. Tôi nói tiếng Việt. North Viet and not South. Tôi là người South mà. What are you? I'm Southern. Yeah, I'm Southern. I'm not Northern. If I was Northern, I'll have that that other. Yo, Northern is like the UK of English. You're Northern. Your parents forced you. I think yeah, we had like Viet school here too, but I never been. So my Viet is like broken. I don't know how to write or read, but I know how to speak it and understand it. Duma is like damn or something. Duma is like fuck your mom basically. Duma mày. That's what that means. Bombo for sure. Bombo is Northern, so I'm gonna give that to you guys. Good at math. You see my math skills, bro. We spent like 30 minutes trying to figure out how to measure pips the other day in the sim. Fave Viet dish. Roy Kung or Bún Bò Huế or Bún Riêu or bánh xèo, bánh bèo. Everything, yo. Literally, Viet dish is like underrated. Actually, yeah, underrated. Crab noodle soup, yeah, that's Bún Riêu. Right? Yeah, I like it. That's good. Yo, bro, chat, they're chatting shit about us. You guys should try Viet food though. If you guys haven't tried Viet food yet, you guys gotta try it. Not just pho. I think pho is overrated, man. I think pho is kind of plain. But you gotta try try bún bò Huế. It's just beef noodle soup. And if they have oxtail in there, GG's. Oxtail in that, oof. I like hibachi type shit. Yeah, that's American Asian food what you're eating, Eddie. Like they just put a bunch of oil with fried rice. What's hibachi? Fried rice. Like they just cook whatever, chicken, beef, they just stir it up, right? They just fry in front of you. Is it Japanese? I think it's Japanese. Viet spring roll, the summer rolls, and the spring rolls, all fire. And the winter rolls and the fall rolls, all fire. For real. And then they charge you $60 a person. It's actually nuts. Best dish? I don't know. I like Bún Bò Huế. Here. I didn't know how to spell that. Did I spell it right? Someone correct me. For that beat, yeah. But pho got so sweaty nowadays. They be giving you the whole they be putting a whole bone in your broth now, and they be charging like $15 just to like bite in the bone. Pause. But they be giving like just one big beef rib, and they just put in your bowl and give you the upcharge like extra $15 just for that. Pho got mad sweaty. Y'all watch that guy? You guys ever watched this guy? Let me show you guys.
We're in Tokyo trying Wagyu Texas barbecue out of a food truck. First, we're gonna go that Wagyu beef rib. Y'all know when Wagyu is too rich, this got that perfect balance because half Holstein. I don't know what that is.
This guy's Viet.
The tenderness not bad, but it's lacking a little flavor in my opinion. Hopefully this coffee sauce turns it up a notch.
Coffee sauce.
Never again. Next is this premium A5 Wagyu brisket. We going no sauce first. This got no flavor, bro. They say it's Wagyu, but it kind of tastes like U.S. Choice. Matter of fact, the U.S. Choice is about to go bad, so it's on sale. Let's go back to the drawing board, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm standing in the rain for this. At least they got a bed of rice, bro. I never had barbecue with a bed of rice. This is the pork rib. Nah, bro.
Ain't even fucking with it.
Bro. Nah, bro. I feel so bad because the people here is so nice. But this is not good, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Even the Wagyu Shaboing Boy not helping. This is probably the worst eatsy in Tokyo, but at least look what I'm looking at. Young Vince made it to Japan. We're in Tokyo trying to Wagyu Texas.
Japan. This is like your Asian Lucky, basically. Y'all know Lucky? He ate camel one time. Let's see. You ever had candy salmon?
Y'all should already know what this is by now. Let's do it. Look at that bite. Come on, man. This right here is cold smoked candy salmon. They start by brushing the marinade on the fish, and then it goes straight into the cold smoker. The salmon is so buttery. This one right here is the honey sriracha.
Y'all would eat this?
That's my favorite one yet. It's so buttery, bro. Cream cheese. Y'all go ahead and take that bite.
Caviar.
Caviar like good. I ain't gonna lie, caviar not good. But you know what's good though? Let's get some more of this honey sriracha. Brr. So good. Their business been blowing up lately, and I can clearly see why. This is a good product, bro. It's like salmon jerky, but everything is still so buttery. Like, look at that. You can eat this with a bagel, but no bullshit. Rice probably tastes the best with this. I be eating this with rice. Psh, y'all should already know what this is by now. Let's do it.
The camel one was gross. Yeah, the camel one. It looked a little. I don't know, look a little too fatty or something. Some of it didn't seem too right. This one.
We in Dubai, and this is my first time ever trying a real.
Y'all ever had this?
Oh my god. Oh no, bro. Oh my god, I can't. Bismillah.
Okay.
Bro, I can't. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Would y'all eat this?
I'm so sorry. This is a 6-month-old baby camel. It costed about $1,000. Look at the hump, bro. It literally got a BBL. First, they lather the Arabic seasoning on there, and then they cook in this special grill for 6 hours. And after that, they take it out and serve you like a damn king on this platter. I feel so disrespectful right now, but I promise y'all, bro, I really can't. Like, I don't know. I can't process eating a camel, bro. Like, I can't. We outside. We in Dubai. Look at the Burj Khalifa behind y'all, bro. I just can't do it, bro. I want to so bad, but I cannot, bro. I'm not trying to be funny, nothing, bro. I really can't. We got my brother Khalid and Shad. They gonna come in. They gonna bang this out for y'all because me, I can't. Go ahead, bro.
Look, Bismillah.
I ate the same thing y'all ate, bro. Talking about, I know it's not, Alhamdulillah, behind us is a bunch of laborers doing construction right now. We're going to give this whole camel out because, look, this is expensive right here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to waste this. That's haram. We're going to give it out to the people. All right, look, we just got done filming the camel. We didn't eat it all. So, look, these construction workers right here, they work 12 hours a day. They work very, very hard. We're going to do a good deed, man.
Wasting food is haram.
WD.
Alhamdulillah.
This camel, rice, sauce. You guys can eat. Waters. Thank you for working so hard. Appreciate y'all. We ain't do.
Chow, what's the craziest thing you've eaten? Still 12. It's looking like GG's, man. I was like looking at this while we are watching it. Oh no, might be another day of no trade here, guys. Let's see. This is like, I'll give it another 5 minutes tops. If we don't move within 5 minutes out of this range, GG's, man. All right, so let's mark up this and let's set that. That's our session stop loss. If you don't move in the next 5 minutes, 11:41 above 39 or below 23, GG's. We'll call it a day. Crickets? I've never had crickets. I don't know how cricket look like. Every time I hear a cricket, I try to look for one. I never see the cricket. I've never seen how a cricket looks even. Yeah, a snake was in Vietnam. Why are you in Vietnam? It was good though. You drink that alcohol with a snake heart in it. It's like a pumping heart of a snake in vodka. It's a vodka snake shot. I don't know if I could eat snake, man. That might be too crazy. Horse meat? Horse meat? I don't know, I can't do anything that camel, horse. I don't know if I can do that. Swordfish? Chat, you guys in Florida ever had crocodile? I know A-Lift's definitely ate crocodile. Search up isopod eating. Oh boy.
This is my first time trying.
Isopod. It's just nerves. This smells terrible. Snail. Don't lie, that looks gas. Isopod.
You didn't need it, bruh. You just made it for the video. Fuck that. Trying to sleep tonight. Horse meat? Horse meat. Is it like... Is horse meat like lamb meat? I don't like lamb. All right, buddy. That is crazy. You said it tastes like chicken. All right, yo. I think that's it, everybody. I think we're gonna call it a day today. So you know, I think that's it. 1140 here. Just kind of stuck within the ranges. So yeah, that's it. Well, we'll resume tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow is gonna be a Friday to finish off the week. No news tomorrow. No red folders, at least. You got some orange and yellow. So hopefully you can move during Asian or London tonight so that tomorrow can set you up nicely. And that'll be nice to finish off the week with volume, you know? But yeah, chat. I'll see you guys tomorrow, okay? Have a good one. Peace out. See you tomorrow. Peace, peace.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Coming off the last record, I'm getting 20 million off the record just to off these records, nigga. That's a record. I'm living like I'm out here on my last adventure. Past the present when you have to mention. This is nothing for the radio, but they still play it though. Cause it's that new Drizzy Drake, that's just the way it go. Heavy air play all day, with no chorus, we keep it thorough, nigga. Rap like this for all of my borough niggas. I reached the point where don't shit matter to me, nigga. I reached heights that Dwight Howard couldn't reach, nigga. Prince Hakeem, they throw flowers at my feet, nigga. I could go an hour on this beat, nigga. Yeah. I'm just as famous as my mentor, but that's still the boss, don't get sent for. Get hype on tracks and jump in front of a bullet you wasn't meant for. Cause y'all really wanna hear me vent more. Hot tempo, scary outcome. Here's a reason for niggas that's hating without one, that always let their mouth run. Bench players talking like starters, I hate it. Started from the bottom, now we here, nigga, we made it. Yeah, time for a Tuscan leather smelling like a brick. Degenerates, but even Ella love our shit. Rich enough that I don't have to tell them that I'm rich. Self-explanatory, you just here to spread the story. What's up? Sitting Gucci roll like they say up in UNLV. Young rebel, young money, nothing you could tell me. Paperwork taking too long, maybe they don't understand me. I compromise if I have to, I gotta stay with the family. Not even talking to Nikki, communication is breaking. I dropped the ball on some personal shit, I need to embrace it. I'm honest, I make mistakes, I'll be the second to admit it. Think that's why I need it in my life to check me when I'm tripping. On a mission trying to shift the culture. Tell me who dissing, I got some things that I hit the culprit. Them strep throat flows, some shit to stop all of the talking. All of the talking, got one reply for all of your comments. Fuck what you think, I'm too busy, that's why you leave a message. Born a perfectionist, guess that makes me a bit obsessive. That shit I heard from you lately really relieved some pressure. Like, AB, I got your CD, you get an E for effort. I piece letters together and get to talking reckless. I'll change like credentials, you know you see the necklace. My life's a completed checklist. I'm tired of hearing about who you checking for now. Just give it time, we'll see you still around a decade from now. That's real. How much time is this nigga spending on the intro? Lately I've been feeling like God Pierce, my mentor. I just set the bar, niggas fall under it like a limbo. The family, all that matters, I'm just out here with my kinfolk. Off everything my pen wrote, we went from Bunny to Winslow. This for shorty up on Glen Grove who love when I catch my tempo. I sip the pourer and listen to Capadonna. The Fresh Princess at dinner with Tatiana, no lie. All these 90s fantasies on my mind. The difference is that with mine, they all come true in due time. I might come through without security to check if you're fine. That's just me on my solo, like fuck it, like YOLO. Wanted to tell you, accept yourself. You don't have to prove shit to know and accept yourself. And if you end up needing some extra help, then I can help. You know, back on your feet and shit. Trying to get my karma up, fuck the guilty and greedy shit. How much time is this nigga spending on the intro? How this nigga working like he got a fucking twin though? Life is sounding crazy, 40 on Martin Scorsese, and I wouldn't change a thing if you pay me, man. Real nigga, what's up? Hey, yeah, hey. How much time is this nigga spending on the intro?
If there's hero below, I'll see you when you get there. Are you enjoying yourself? If we may, we would just like to close out with something a bit inspirational, hopefully something a bit relevant as to us all are having the same fears, shedding similar tears, and of course dying in so many years. It don't mean that we can't have a good life. So we'd like to just maybe close out with something for food for thought for